Kerry. Don't tell me you're working.
God damn, Clayton,
came the response, punctuated with a sigh.
I should have known. What do you want?
Just checking up on my rival, making sure writing's getting done, that the common wheel of literature's still turning, so to speak, on this most gorgeous of afternoons.
Blow it out your ass.
When'd you get started?
Dawn.
Bastard, Kyle whispered to himself.
What?
Me too. Kyle could just picture it. The prolific Devon Schiff at his desk by 7 in Gap jammies, cup of wake-up-time tea next to him. The worker bee. A disciplined son of a bitch, he had to admit. Had everything down to the minute, this guy. Designated times for lunch, phone calls, jerking off, all of it strictly observed. Didn't even own a television set. The Mennonite of young writers. And every year a book. A nice, well-crafted, go-ahead, bore the shit out of me, see if I care book, a friggin' machine.
Sure, Kyle. $100 says you're staring at an empty screen, that you haven't touched a key.
Kyle keystroked the letter A, just to rebuke him. All right, Kyle said resignedly. So maybe I'm off to a slow start today. But haven't you looked outside? It's a snow day.
A what?
Snow day, he repeated. How can you work when it's snowing out?
I don't even know what that means.
In the background, Kyle heard the sound of typing. Fucker's working right over me. Don't you remember being a kid? A snow day, schmucko. No work?
I'm 32 years old.
The typing was gaining speed, a cacophony of productivity. Be true to the dreams of your youth. Herman Melville, ever hear of him?
All your heroes were failures, Clayton. Think about it. What does that make you?
A conspicuous pause. The typing continued. I haven't failed, Kyle said finally, the wound audible in his voice. I just haven't tried lately. Devon's typing stopped now, the break suggesting a rare surge of regret. The failure comment was out of line, and not even true. Devon knew, everybody knew, that Kyle Clayton had tasted the kind of success he could only dream of. Some years ago now, granted, but nevertheless a stunning, improbable, infinitely enviable success.
I'm not saying you're a failure, Clay. I just want to see you working again. Everybody does.
A few last clicks on Devon's keyboard. Nails in a coffin.
Anyway, I'm going. I'll see you at the party tonight.
Whoa, hold on, Kyle urged. Some punks over on Broadway threw snowballs at me when I went for my coffee. What do you say we go retaliate? Schiff offered up another sigh, this one full of weary sanctimony.
I have no time for snowballs, Kyle. And neither do you.
What's wrong with snowballs?
You should be working, that's what. It's what you're always talking about, isn't it? Working? You keep calling me to tell me how you should be working. Clayton, your talent, it's immense, but you refuse to use it.
Not a word.
When was the last time you put in a full day? I'll bet it's been months. What are you doing, Clay? This is what everybody wants to know.
Silence.
Clay?
Lunch, then, Kyle said suddenly. There's this new bistro just opened up down the street. Devon laughed.
Oh, man, you are insane.
Come on. We'll order an irresponsible bottle of wine and watch the snow come down and talk about how you'll never be as good as me despite all your tenacious dedication.
I'm hanging up now.
All right, but let me leave you with one nagging thought, if I may.
Not interested.
It's about your work. There was no response, but Kyle could picture it. Devon staring at the receiver, clearly smelling the blood on the trap. Too weak not to have a taste. Like most world-class fuck-ups, Kyle Clayton possessed a keen sense of the flaws in others. Devon had been impressed with his opinions of fellow writers, the peccadillos in their craft, the dead spots in their character that manifested themselves on the page. If he was giving up...